Alright guys, SkiFever78 back here again with some more Franchise Hockey Manager 5. The Ottawa Senators rebuild. We have a lot of work to do. We have Marian Gaborik here that we shopped around, and it seems like people only want to give us either a veteran that's sort of useless or a 5th round pick. So I'm open to making one of those deals, but first what I want to do is I want to see who Bobby Ryan would accept as a trade location. There's an argument to keep him as well for me. Having a bunch of prospects up, you kind of need someone productive to help pad their stats, to help them develop and perform well. If you just throw a bunch of rookies out there on the top line, they are probably going to be solved. So there is that argument for keeping him around. However, I think he's only going to regress because if we look at him, I believe he's a 3-star. If I'm not mistaken, he's 2.5 actually, and he's 31, so he's just going to start degressing. We can look at his ratings here. He's really good close in. His range isn't that great, so he doesn't really have that sniper ability. He's more of a net front presence, kind of power forward. And so you can see he's great at screening. He has good puck handling, but really it's that net front presence. You can see here too, has decent speed for a guy of his size, 6'2", nearly 210 pounds. But yeah, I think we got to move on from him, especially with that contract. So what we're going to do is we're going to find a team to trade him for. We'll look at the trade block again a little bit. We're not looking for Lundqvist, probably not Shatternick either. I think we're trying to key in on young players. Hamilton was one, but he wouldn't go to Carolina. So what we're going to do is we can't shop him, so we're going to just initiate a trade. I feel like there's a way to do it just from this menu. Maybe we just have to do it via our roster is another way. To just kind of bring up all the teams. I just want to open a trade window. Maybe we just have to go to a team. I know that's a way to do it. I feel like there's just a trade offer. That's what I was looking for. Okay, so let's put Bobby Ryan up for sale. We're gonna add player. So he's not waiving his no trade clause to Anaheim. So let's look at some Anaheim players. So you got Gibson, who's a great goaltender. Young as well. His contract is up after this year. He's someone to go after. Bobby Ryan isn't going to match that. A top right defenseman, too, would be good. It doesn't look like they have too much. We're probably going to just be looking at some prospects. The Raquel would be pretty good. If you look at his stats, you look at his ratings, he's young. Let's add him in there. It's hardly likely they'll accept that. That is to be... why is it saying these are Senators players? These are not Senators players. Okay, now they are. So if we were to add Anderson, they'll never expect that. They can't add that much salary, so the salary is the issue here. Where is Gaborik? If I do it by name, Gaborik will come up right here. His contract is pretty hefty too. They can't take on that much payroll. So what if we looked at taking on some cap for them? I don't know why does it say Gibson's is 9 years? He signed an extension. There's 1 year left on that contract, and then he has a decent contract in place. He is someone we may want to try to get in there. But that's obviously going to be way too much, so we're going to have to sweeten the pot with something different if we're going to grab Raquel. Probably someone with some decent potential. Though we want to hang on to some younger players. Actually, let's do this by age. Anderson, Gabrick, MacArthur. Smith could be someone we move on to. I think move on from. I mean, but we could also hold on to him. I think it's his price tag isn't too bad. If he was to play middle 6 minutes for us, but let's add him and see. It's still hardly likely. Who else was in there? Pajarvi is someone we can move on from. But yeah, that's going to be a lot for Raquel. So let's try to find someone who needs a winger. A lot of the time it seems they only come up with defenders on their needs list. Let's just see if he would be willing to go to the Avalanche. I keep thinking I click and drag him, but it's right click add player. So let's look at some Avalanche players, or we could even just try to dump them for a pick. A lot of these guys will be out of our range. Barry would not be a good guy to add, not a bad guy to add, I meant to say. Let's look at his contract. It's okay. I mean, he'd be playing top minutes for us. He's a 3-star. Let's add him to the mix. They just can't handle Bobby Ryan's contract is the issue, it seems. So there may not be a lot of teams that are able to handle that. No trade clause to Arizona. Bruins. He will accept. The Bruins can't add that much salary, though. Sabres, I highly doubt he will be willing to go to. Could be proven wrong. Nope. Calgary Flames, iffy. Nope. Carolina, we know he doesn't want to go to. Chicago, another iffy one, no. He's probably only going to want to go to Cup contenders. Colorado was one he was willing to go to. How about Columbus? I have a feeling he'll go to Columbus, yeah. They can't add that much salary, so they're going to need to give up a player. I'd love to just nab a pick. Dubois would be a lot to get, and his contract hit. Cap hit probably isn't that great. Boone Jenner is someone we could go after. I don't know what his contract is, but I think it's really the cap hit. So what if we went with somebody else on our trade block? MacArthur. That's still too much salary, apparently. So you know what we might do? We might sim a little bit and see what comes up on the trade block. It'd be much easier to work in a deal with that. Just see who a team is really willing to give up. And if we can shop Ryan or Anderson or someone like that, MacArthur even, we can do that to see what we might get in return. I think it's going to take a little bit to sim these first few days in July just because of the a lot going on with free agency and trades and whatnot. There we go. Looks like we got a lot of messages here. Okay. Players need to be assigned numbers. There's all of these. Wow. Okay. Yeah, those are all the Gabrick things. Rougher offers a national team job. We're not going to accept any of those. Brandstrom and Drake Batherson new numbers. So Branston, his number is taken. He wants 17, but it is taken. So let's give him a 77. And he wants 7. Would you accept a 47? He's fine with it. Cool. I'm gonna delete all messages. Actually, no. We want this trade still there. So leave it for now. But we'll go to the front office and see if the trading block has changed at all. Nope. Okay. Let's see if there's anyone we can work with this. Toffoli would not be a bad ad. He is on the trade block. What's your contract like? We can handle that for right now. 26-year-old. Let's send him a trade offer to LA. Those are Kings players. We'll go to our players. See if Bobby Ryan is willing to. He is. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think they'll accept that offer. So we're close to something here. They'll never accept that because of the payroll. So it's kind of adding them a minor piece. I can do away with a pick. That's a well-balanced offer, but they usually don't accept those. So let's add. We're offering. Oh, no. I don't want to send the first round pick. I want to send Carolina 7th. That wouldn't do it. How about 6th? How about another? How about a 5th in 2021's not going to do it. A 4th in 2021? They'll probably accept it. Let's see if we can nab a pick out of them, though. Let's see if we can get a 6th back. Well balanced. I'm telling you, they don't accept the well balanced offers, which kind of blows. Did we try a 5th and they wouldn't do it? Oh no, these are theirs. I'm pretty sure we tried a 5th and they wouldn't do it. Yeah. So let's go with that. We're getting rid of that big cap. We're getting Tyler Toffoli. Let's see if there's anyone they would part with in this sector. Yeah, not going to do that. Even if there's just a young guy like 2 stars. No, we're getting something else in return. Yeah, they wouldn't accept that. It looks like that's what the price is going to be, and I'm thinking, we can trade Gabrick. So that 5th round pick would basically be coming back to us. So it's basically a 4th and Bobby Ryan for Toffoli. Let's just check out Toffoli's ratings, see where he's better. Actually, I believe there's a way, compare with Bobby Ryan. Great. Okay. So they're the same ability right now. Toffoli has the potential to go up to a 3-star, which is nice. While Bobby Ryan can kind of play either wing, Toffoli is strictly a right winger. A lot of these stats are the same or tilted in Bobby Ryan's favor. But let's see where Toffoli might be a little bit better. His mental ratings are a lot better. Aggression is down, but I think he beats him or ties with him and everything else. They have the same leadership. He's more of a team player, more determined, temperate, more bravery. Physical stats are kind of even with Bobby Ryan coming out ahead. Defensively, Bobby Ryan's the better player. But like I said, it's really that cap hit. It's yeah, it's really that cap hit. And we're just getting a younger player. Looking at these ratings, though, I'm not sure if Bobby Ryan is the guy we want to move on from for him. So, let's go back. Let's take Bobby Ryan out. Let's add another Senators player. It's very likely that they'll accept Anderson. So if we take out that fourth, it's very likely. I think they'll probably accept that. So, let's take a look. It's hardly likely they'll accept the first rounder. But if we added in those deeper picks, maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think they'll accept it. That's okay. That's well balanced. So what if we upgraded that fifth to a fourth round pick? It's still well balanced. We're probably going to have to go with a third round pick, which we have one in 2020. I think they'll probably accept that. So we basically get to Foley and a first rounder for a fourth, third, and Craig Anderson. I think that first round draft pick is really huge. That's even better than getting to Foley, honestly. Let's look at some Kings players, though. What if we substituted to Foley for somebody else? Forbo could be good. He plays on the left. Enough, nah. Kemp has a high potential. So what if we took out Foley? I'm right clicking there. Do I have to find him in here? Oh, because he's the player I'm trading for initially. That's what the issue is. Okay, wait. What if we took out the first? Put Kemp in there. And see what they say about that. It's well balanced. If we look at Kemp's stats, or sorry, his ratings, they're pretty good. And he's only supposed to get better. He's 21. We'd have to assign him to an extension. And he's pretty good at left wing as well. The only thing is giving up those picks and not really getting a pick in return. What if we tried to extend this in to a big one? It's hardly likely. I don't know. What if we did add Bobby Ryan? Yeah, too much payroll. Who else? Gabrick? Too much salary. MacArthur would be the same. How about someone like Borowicki? Oh, now that's getting close. Because Borowicki's 28 and he doesn't have the best ratings, I'm assuming. He's decent defensively, but the goal is to get a lot better prospects playing. So that's close, I think. If we remove the... Actually, let's put that fourth rounder back in. Way down here. And what if we added a seventh? No, that won't do it. What about a sixth? A fifth? What we might need to do is make it 2/3. And I don't want to give up that third round pick. That one's already in there. It is a well-balanced offer. What if we added a 7th from here? A 6th? A 4th? Really? A third round pick. I mean, Borowicki doesn't really. It's not really lost. It's more Anderson, but we get to Foley, Kemp, and a first rounder. We don't give up any of our picks from this year's draft. We'd have 2 first round picks, none of which are our own, unfortunately. We'd have 2 seconds. We'd still have a 3rd, a 4th, a 5th, 2 7ths. We'd also have Kemp and Toffoli. I think we got to pull the trigger on this. Even though it's 3 third round picks, I'm not too worried about losing those. Because if you look at 2020, we're losing 2 third round picks from 2020, but we have our first round pick. We have 2 first round picks and then 3 second round picks. If you look at 2021, we still have 2 second round picks. So I think our surplus in picks leads me to be fine with giving it up. The 7th wouldn't even do much. So I think we're going to propose this. And they will accept, because when the scout says that, basically means they'll accept it. So we'll see if that 100% comes through, but something tells me it will. And we just gotta wait and see. It's gonna be a few days here for us. Let's see, Detroit and Vancouver confirmed a trade. Franzen for Stetcher. Certainly not a blockbuster. Certainly not what this trade is about to be. And they have accepted it. So it would be Craig Anderson and Mark Borowicki and 3 third round picks going to the Kings for Tyler Toffoli, Adrian Kemp, and their 2019 first overall selection. Complete that trade. It's now official. The players indicated it was good to get a fresh new start in another city, but it was difficult to leave your friends on the old team. As A-OK, if we look at the stats, Toffoli, 47 points last season. Decent. Kemp, 37 in his first full season as a 2-star, and he's only getting better. He's got 3.5-star potential. That's great. I believe I said he has like 5-star potential earlier, but I was obviously mistaken, or the scout was mistaken that. But that's still Kemp will slot in fine into our lineup. So if we continue another day here, they need to be assigned numbers. You'll get your desired one. Bobby Ryan is already number 9. So we're going to give you 90. And he's fine with it. So if we go to our lines, we lost our second line left defenseman, but that is okay. We're going to dress Brandstrom. Throw him in there. Harper? What's your potential? Is 2 stars. We'll keep Yaros in there. No. You need a different role. Rushing defenseman seems like the way to go for you. You would be good as a... We'll keep you as a stay-at-home defenseman. So we have one rushing up on offense, the other hanging out there, screener. I want you acting like a 2-way defenseman. I don't know why I put in screener for all these guys. Mobile defenseman. I think that would be good. Yeah, put screener in for everybody. That's obviously some sort of glitch. We'll sort that out at a different time. So Chapel. He's a left winger. He's a center left winger. He's got 3-star potential, so keeping him in there might be worth it. Pajarvi, I know, is a bit older. He's 2-star, going to remain a 2-star, so we may wind up scratching him. I think he is someone we will scratch. And you know what? We'll put him on the trade block. Yeah. And we will scratch you, replace you with... Oh no, those are only just players. We'll remove from lines. And can we just scratch? Yeah, scratch, okay. And we'll throw Toffoli in there. Just player. Toffoli is a right winger though. So let's look at Gibbons. I wish you could just double click on their name there. We'll do it alphabetical. It's gonna be easier to find particular players. We'll take him out. He's also on our trade block. So we're gonna take Gibbons out. Scratch you. And throw Toffoli on the right wing. Now Colin White, is he a bona fide center? He's a center right wing. But are you any good at left wing? No. So we would have to keep you on the right if we were to move you. How about Lindbergh? Are you just a center? He can play anything. Jack of all trades. He is better at left wing than right wing. So it looks like this is going to work out fine. He'll move over to that left wing. And we're going to bring in Kemp. We will dress you. And we will bring you on in. And we might even want to bring him up better than White. Well, once again, just check you though. You're gonna be a 4-star. So actually, and Tierney, we're gonna move these guys up. Tierney is possibly a 3-star. He's 24. So what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna just move Zach Smith down to the 4th line center, and he'll get really mad. But now he's someone that I completely feel comfortable trading. Given our depth now at center, we really upgraded there. Duclair, I just want to check if maybe we want to put Toffoli ahead of you. You are a 2-star, going to be a 2.5. So I think we'll put Toffoli up there because if I'm not mistaken, Toffoli was 2-star, going to be 2.5 as well. Why am I having so much trouble here? Oh, he's 2.5, going to be 3, yeah. So, yeah, I like that. We're going to edit all of their roles. It started off as screener for some reason, so I'll do that ironically off screen at some point. But that is our team right now, and I'll fill out the power play and all that as well. But for now, guys, our next big target is a young goalie that can handle some starting minutes, even if they're only as good as a backup right now, like Nielsen is. If they're younger and have some potential, throw them in. Even I believe we have a few too that are like 1.5 stars with 3-star potential. That is someone I'd be open to having there in a starting role. But we'll handle a lot of that next time. I'm going to leave it here for now on July 7th. Once again, just reviewing that trade that we made. Craig Anderson, Borowicki, 3 third-rounders for Tyler Toffoli, Adrian Kemp, and a first-round pick. That is our first trade of the series since we took over the Ottawa Senators, and Marion Gabbert can go for a fifth. So we'll look at that. Maybe look for more of a prospect from him. And if a team can handle it, him and Bobby Ryan or MacArthur or even Zach, why am I forgetting his name? Smith. Zach Smith is another guy we'll be looking to move on from. Anyway, guys, I'll cut it off here. Long story short, come back next time and we'll be making some more moves. See you later.